Alright, so there's been some issues. I started recording this mission, but the file got corrupted, and apparently because I was recording in the MP4 format, corrupted file is unrecoverable. So now I changed up to the Flash video files, which should be better. But as I changed it, I was like in the middle of the mission. I lost a lot of video, like 50 minutes worth. A lot of it was post-mission dialogue, which I'm about to re-record right now. But some of it was actually pretty fun, I feel, suffering and alright, let's pause.
Amon's hybrid facility lies in ruin. His hybrid armies shattered. And yet, for the briefest of moments, we lingered on the cusp of ruin. We endured because of the actions of one brave Templar. In the midst of darkness, I have seen a light. I have seen defiant hope. Carax of the Kalai, you were born a craftsman from a caste of engineers. But now, you stand as a warrior. Today, it is clear that the age of castes has come to its end. Today, we must all become Templar.
You strive to maintain this flawed existence, but you will not stop me.
Amon, I have destroyed your Terran army, eradicated your hybrid facility, and turned your servants to my side. All that is left is your destruction.
Impudence, back! You are insignificant in the face of the salvation I bring. You will come to Ire and die.
He is gone. He is so arrogant. Just as he could look into me, so I have looked into him. His form is almost complete, and now he waits for us to return. He plans to bring the Great Fleet down upon us. There is a way around this. We have to eliminate the sacred psi matrix that powers Ire, or we are all doomed.
If he intends to use the Golden Armada to stop us from destroying his body, then you are right. Destroying the psi matrix is essential. It seems this connection of yours has proved worthwhile. But it is time to free yourself from Amon. Sever yourself from the Kala.
I would relinquish all that I know.
It is the only way. Unshackle yourself from the past, Rohana, and step into this new age.
For the Daylon.
It is time for retribution. We will set a course for Ire.
A new faction has joined our forces in the War Council.
No, not a fabulous fair. Anyway, as I was saying before, this is what I also wanted to try. Seems like a good one. If it actually freezes all enemy units and structures, that's quite a power. And what else? What else? Yeah, so the corrupted all this dialogue, which was quite a bit of dialogue. I think maybe with my commentary it was like half an hour worth of dialogue. And there was also, I think, quite amusing struggle with the mission, which could be for different reasons. It could be that it was hard, or it could be that I was playing it like in the middle of the night and I was quite tired. We will see now how we're gonna try it, although I might be sick, so it might still be my suckage that will be showing. Anyway, back to listening to all the dialogue, I guess. Oh yeah. Also, I had to save halfway through the mission, which I thought I would come back and record the beginning of it, or the dialogue and beginning of it, and for now I will continue through, you know, in the middle of the mission I will go on. But as it turns out, in the middle of the night a new patch came out, so it said, you know, if you're gonna use
the solar output is ready for your review.
it said
Phoenix.
It said if you're gonna use the old save, it's not gonna get you any achievements. And it doesn't really matter, but since I was planning to re-record it anyway, here we go.
Hierarch, the Purifiers are impressed with your leadership. They clamor to strike at the heart of Iman.
Friend Phoenix, they are impressed equally with yours.
Yes, they have chosen to follow my command. Leadership is new for me, as is everything else.
I had not intended to become Hierarch. I questioned the decision. There had to be someone more worthy. Do not fall into the same mental traps I did, my friend. The Purifiers follow you for a reason, as the Dalam now follow me. Self-doubt will only cloud your decision-making.
You speak truth, Hierarch. You speak as a leader.
The deeds of a Templar suit you, Karax.
For the entirety of my life, I have given myself to the art of creation. My war has been one of design, a battle against obstacles that hinder optimization. I am a faithsmith, and will always be my first calling. But, as times change, those who were not born true Templar can become so through their deeds.
Then ready yourself, Templar. You will be needed.
I am not sure if that's entirely intentional or accidental, but they're still being racist. They're saying that Faithsmiths are not as important as Templar, which would be already a bit, I guess it would be classist, that warriors are more important than engineers. But considering that you can be born into being Templar or born into being a Faithsmith, it seems just straight up racist. He's like saying, oh, yeah, you're all right. Some of my best friends are Faithsmiths.
The Golden Armada has devastated the sector, Artanis. I know we cannot engage them directly, but this must not continue.
Alright, so what did I have to say about...
Within the Spear of Adun. They await your preference.
So, there will be zerg next mission, but next mission won't be a macro mission, there will be no Nexus involved. But I mean, anyway, let's play it out like I was playing it out before I knew what the next mission will be about. This is versus Zerg. Dragoon is unbeatable with Energizer boost. This one's pretty good versus Zerg as well, and in general it's pretty good. Avengers obviously respawning, very good. Mirage is probably the best, maybe. The thing is that Zerg, right? This will probably be the best, because Zerg just has so many units, one graviton beam does nothing, so you probably want to have this one, double graviton beam. I felt the Dark Archon, you don't really have that much you can steal mind control with Zerg. High Templar is obviously always good against Zerg, but we have Vanguard, which is AoE, we have Zealot, which is AoE, we have Colossus, which is AoE, so I just wanted to try this one, which is also AoE, should probably work fine against Zerg. Colossus, staying with Colossus here for now, Void
The
Ray.
legendary Arbiter vessels have been reconstructed due to our great need. They can be deployed at your discretion.
I feel that Void Rays are just so good, they're better than Arbiters. Especially with all the detection. I mean, I didn't really see what's the point of it. A stasis field protects enemy units anyway, you can't really hit them. And must recall, I don't recall any mission where I would feel that must recall could do anything. And here I got the Tempest because it just seems like such an OP unit. Does so much damage and has such a tremendous range. Especially with this boost.
Carrier has arrived.
I mean, doesn't even look like they're repairing anything. Do they repair other carriers? Because that would be... yeah, they are repairing carriers, but it doesn't look like they're repairing shields. Seems like they only repair life. Let me see. Yeah, they only repair life, and shields are pretty important thing to be repaired as well. I don't know. I think this is decent, probably. Boost. Also seems like they only repair out of combat, but this one just seems like such a good unit, and even without this special ability, but with this special ability I think it definitely sells me on using it instead of carrier.
Rohana, before you freed yourself from the Kala's grip, did you see anything else?
Yes, I saw Amon's end. As the Firstborn created the Kala, the Xel'Naga were disturbed from their slumber. They felt an absence within the void itself. They discovered Amon and his followers at Xeris, and a war among the gods erupted. Amon unleashed the Swarm.
And the swarm consumed the Xel'Naga.
Only a fraction remained within Ulnar. In the final confrontation, Amon was felled, but he was not defeated. He returned to the void, twisting it with his hatred. His servant, Narud, machinated for eons, seeking a body to sustain his master.
The hybrid.
A stepping stone towards the host body he now forges upon ire. His plan is almost complete.
We are still here, Rohana, and he can be defeated again.
Such hubris. To think that they could control what they did not understand. Oh, it's always hubris with the Terrans. Get too close to a black hole, and it will crush you.
We once thought the same of the Tal'Darim, Alarak. We believed you mindless and obedient slaves.
And we thought you were weak, impure, and unworthy. And yet now we stand together.
Perhaps we acted too rashly with Mobius Core. There may have been a different way.
Oh, Templar, is there ever a moment when your people do not doubt themselves? No, Artanis. Extermination was the only course. The hybrid leave nothing to save.
So many lost. So much destruction. But there is a glimmer of hope. We will destroy Amon's host body and cast him from the Kala. The Templar shall make our final stand for ire. Brothers, sisters, the time has come for our attack.
Oh, well, this is truly a miracle.
Rohana has used her connection to the Kala to reveal Amon's plan. He forges a hybrid body to indwell, and exists within it and the Kala. But he remains vulnerable until this form is complete. He must call upon the Golden Armada for defense.
There is still a way to prevent them from warping to Ire, by dismantling the warp network's power structures.
That would grant us the time we need to destroy Amon's hybrid form. Clever.
Once he only has the Templar to inhabit, we unleash the Keystone, removing Amon from the Kala.
It will not contain him for long.
No, but long enough for our people to sever their connection to the Kala and thrust him back into the void.
This optimism is dangerous. We could destroy them all from orbit, and not waste such time.
How dare you suggest the destruction of our people? I will not accept that, Alarak. What we face is a true horror, but we must endure it. Ready yourselves. The final confrontation is upon us, and we will meet it head-on.
Your people are lost, Artanis. I know you desire to save them, but it will not be done. Our focus should be on Amon's destruction alone.
By destroying Amon's body, then liberating my people from the Kala, he will be thrust back into the void. It is a victory we can achieve.
It is a folly, and a risk we do not need to incur. We should eradicate the Protoss, burn the entire world, and all on it.
No, Alarak. If we may save my people, it will be done. Do not defy me on this.
Of course, I only counsel wisdom. If you do not wish to hear it, I will say no more.
I feel like three things here. A, there should be a backup plan that involves doing just that, destroying air. There should be Terrans here, backing Protoss up, because at least Jimmy's people, and probably Kerrigan, although Kerrigan probably is doing whatever the hell Kerrigan wants to do. But it seems like at least some kind of Terran backup should be here. Yeah, also...
Indecision is weakness.
Also, there are a lot of characters here, and they're pretty interesting characters. Even Alarak now is becoming a pretty interesting character, and it seems like he's more of a wise ass of some kind rather than pure evil at this point. Maybe they're setting up for some kind of Tal'Darim thing to be the main selling point in Starcraft 3, although I feel like if they're gonna close down the storyline here, probably should start anew with completely different plot for Starcraft 3. But yeah, the character development, I mean, I still expect, you know, there are not enough missions for that to happen, but, you know, you sort of still expect for the character to reveal some kind of different motives or something like that, but probably it's not gonna happen, and I can't really fault Blizzard for not involving that kind of storyline, because it's already significantly bigger character development that I've seen pretty much all RTSs. I mean, sure, there was always Kerrigan, like Zeratul, Phoenix, all those people, but there is like a whole crew here of completely new characters that were introduced just now, and they've been developed fairly well for an RTS genre. And it's already been 20 minutes of video. I talked maybe for 5 minutes of it, but there is still so much content in between missions, and I think that's something that Blizzard done very well. I mean, and it's not silly, because Zerg dialogues were ridiculous again. Zerg, Kerrigan teaches Zerg how to be human, but this is good stuff. I like it. It's not perfect, but it's an RTS game. I don't expect perfect dialogue or something like that in here.
Do not examine.
Ire. Some of my people are seeing it for the first time. They were born on Shakuras and have only heard tales of our homeland.
They will see much more of it, now that the power of the Keystone is within our grasp. Zeratul spoke truly. It has ushered us unto hope.
Yes, though not as we initially suspected.
Still, his tireless devotion brought us this chance. I will forever honor him for that.
As shall I.
The psionic matrix was first sparked 3,000 years ago. It is strange. Such a joyous event, and I only know of it from what has been recorded in history. I do not feel the memory. I cannot tell you of the joy that Protoss felt as the first pulse charged the psi matrix, or the rush of thoughts that cascaded through the Kala and the minds of the proud Kalai.
And yet, we know all that we need to about these times, Rohana.
Yes. You must understand, though, to have so little of experience to recall it, my account is capable of flaws, of imperfection.
Perhaps this is how our histories should be viewed after all, without certainty, only seen through the era one lives in.
The Keystone is reacting to void energies on the surface of Ire. But this scale, it can only be...
Amon, how long until the Keystone is ready?
I do not know. It has only been used like this once before. The Keystone shows clear evidence of tampering, likely by this Narud creature mentioned in the Terran engineer Swan's report. It was adapted to drain the void energies within Kerrigan and store them until they could be redistributed to revive Amon. The foundation is there, but it was never intended to house the full energies of a Zalnaga.
You will find a way, Karax. If there is one thing I have learned, you will not rest until you have found your result. I have faith in that.
Thank you, Hierarch. But this will prove difficult. The Keystone was intended to be a vessel, not a prison.
Yes, this is also something I don't get at all, because as I said when I was doing Wings of Liberty, if Kerrigan is the key to defeating Zalnaga and she's the key because she needs to control the Zerg, how is turning her humans gonna help? And this whole setup that, you know, Jimmy did it, not only something that made no sense as an action itself, he did it on the behalf of someone he didn't fully understand. It could be Mengsk, it could be the Mobius Foundation, but like, what did he think was gonna happen? Why did he think he could trust those people? So it was a foolish action done for foolish reasons at the command of people, questionable people. So Jimmy is a fool.
I have such tangible memories of Ire. I can still feel the warm breezes of Aldera, its hot sunlight filling my every pore.
The Praetor Council took me to Aldera as a youngling too. It is there where I ignited my first Psyblade.
Phoenix as well. It was the proudest moment of his life. He felt such purpose, such surety of his existence. I look forward to seeing this place he so loved for the first time.
Those memories you hold, they are of another place. That world is no more.
Then we shall build a better one on top of it. Amon awaits. Tule is no longer Artemis.